Video begins with a quick shot of the long queue outside of the Fort York Food Bank, followed by title card with the query, Food Insecurity in North America, how has it changed? The camera pans across the queue, and a narrator quickly begins speaking. Narrator, household food insecurity is an increasingly urgent issue across the entire continent of North America. While prices have risen exponentially, families struggle to make ends meet and are turning to local food banks for help. In the Greater Toronto Area, the Fort York Food Bank is one of the busiest. In a single month they have seen their demand rise from 2,500 people to an incredible 3,200 people. But why is this the case? The video transitions to an exterior shot of the Daily Bread Food Bank, and inside the narration and visuals continue. Narrator, it's estimated that the Daily Bread Food Bank spends between $1.50 and $1.8 million a month on food alone. That's a number that used to cover their yearly expenses. As their clients visit their doors, they're not just seeing the elderly but working families, ODSP and Ontario Works recipients, and even students. During the pandemic, visits to the food bank have doubled. In March alone there were 270,000 visits, far more than the regular average of 60 to 65,000 per month. Cut to interview with the Daily Bread Food Bank CEO Neil Hetherington, with a few shots of their daily operations. Hetherington, 2023 is shaping up to be the worst year that Daily Bread Food Bank and each of the food banks across the city have ever experienced before. We need to fundamentally ask, why is that the case? Around a third of our clients are in full-time employment, yet are still struggling to make ends meet, so we are in dire need of a solution. The video shifts to a shot of Fort York Food Bank Executive Director Julie Lugianese. Lugianese, we are doing our best to meet the demand we're facing, by working with our partners Daily Bread Food Banks and Second Harvest, and holding fundraising events. But the stark reality is that the majority of people don't have enough money to provide the basics for themselves. The video then transitions to a montage of people receiving help from the food banks and other charities, spread across North America, accompanied with upbeat music. Narrator, the issue of food insecurity is only growing worse every day. As food banks across the continent desperately search for a solution, we must remember that members of our own communities are struggling. Though donations don't solve the root problem, they can offer hope and a much-needed helping hand. Help wherever and however you can, and let's build a brighter future for all. The video concludes with a call for donations and more information about each charity, and images of the volunteers and donors who help make their work possible.